Hey y'all, you know what I realized I forgot to do is send out alert that I was going to go live. I definitely forgot to do that. All right, y'all, this is what we're going to do. I just got a box. Welcome back. If you are new to the channel or the page, I'm Julie Samako. I own a Southern Charm Wreaths. We started about 15 years ago learning to make home decor for my own house. And then my neighbors were wanting to buy stuff for me, and so I started this business, and then people were wanting to learn from me, and so I started teaching, and so we've just kind of grew this huge business that we have now from our basically the table of our kitchen table started right there, and now we're in this beautiful, I feel very blessed warehouse space, partnering with other businesses who are selling supplies and educating and teaching online the art of silk floristry. So I feel very blessed and honored. God's doing big things with us and our business, and we're trying to do big things for you guys, right? Teaching you and educating you and inspiring you to do hard, scary things. Sometimes it's scary to cut that ribbon, you know what I mean? But anyway, this is what I thought we would do today. I don't know if you've ever heard of Greenery Market, but I have the link here, and I'm going to post it here in the chat. Let's see if it'll come over through all of the platforms that we're on. Hopefully it will. But we are going to they have Greenery Market. They have what they call, first of all, they sell all of the things. So flowers, they sell greenery, they sell wreath bases, they sell a lot of things that I use in my Christmas trees even. And so here and at home. So they have a lot of good quality items and supplies. So what I thought I would do is, what I did is I purchased their coordinated box. So they see how makers struggle to put colors together and items together. And when you have a huge website full of SKUs of various pine greenery or blue flowers or silver picks, they see that some people who are shopping can't either find everything or put everything together and make it coordinate. And so what they have done, which I think is brilliant, is they have come up with coordinated boxes. So it's one price, and you get a huge box of all of the things that coordinate with each other. It could be ribbon, it could be greenery, it could be swag or wreath bases, it could be picks. It's just a multitude of things, and every box is different. Like, not every box has greenery. I mean, obviously they are going to have greenery, but they might not all have a wreath base or a swag base. You see what I'm saying? They might not all have magnolias. They might have a poinsettia or just different things. So they just mix it up, and it makes it easier for us makers, which I'm all for that, right? I'm all for that. This is, let me show you everything you get in the box. Now, one thing to also remember is the coordinated boxes are not kits. Do you know what a kit is? Like a wreath kit? A wreath kit, if you hear a maker say that they are selling a kit or that they have a wreath kit or whatever kit, that means that inside that box you have everything you need in order to make a wreath to hang on your door. Like, they'll have it all. All right. This coordinated box is not that. It's actually it's a lot more. Like, there's no way that I could put everything of this in a wreath. But what I like about it is I can make a wreath or two, and then also have enough leftovers for like a mailbox bow or mailbox topper, or even a lantern topper. All right. So let me show you what is on my table. So if you're watching on TikTok, welcome. Give us a follow. Make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss everything. And again, I apologize for everybody over on Facebook. I definitely slipped on trying to send y'all a notification that we were going live. But this is everything that we get in this one box, okay? So basically, when you coordinate everything like this and you buy it all in one big purchase, you are getting the price is about $7.20 per item, which is really good because it's hard to find $7.20 ribbon. This $7.20 for this noble fir pine. Oh my gosh, and it's white. Have you ever seen the white version? It's stunning. All right, so there's just a lot of stuff, and so I thought what we could do is show you what's in the box, inspire you to try something new and different from a vendor that we love and know and trust, and then let's make a swag, y'all. Let's make a swag, okay? So here is what is included in this box. We have this beautiful noble what is this called, y'all? Norfolk pine. This is the Norfolk pine. It just popped into my head real quick, but look at this. It is all bendable and it is real touch. So just for those of you who want to know what real touch means, it means it's plastic, and when you touch it, it feels like your fresh, you know how your fresh pine has that little coating on it that makes it feel, you know, that it's fresh. It's just a little bit of a oil or whatever, but that's exactly what it feels like here. So look at this, like this is huge. This, you could just drop this in a container, honestly. Then you have this gray. So you can notice the coloring here. I love this. It's a gray silver with the blue. So you've got the cool tones working together, right? So even this has a little silver, but it also has so it has that gray undertone in it. And whenever I pull things off by accident, I just put it back on. All right. So here is this one, right? I'm going to cut this up anyway, so it's okay if it's not perfecto, but do you see the different textures on this? I love this piece. It's got all of that pretty flocking on it. And then we have this, reminds me of a mistletoe, an iced mistletoe is what they're calling it, with little white berries. And look at the greenery. So this one has a little bit of a blue-green undertone matching perfectly with this blue over here. And then we've got a little bit of a gray as well, so it matches with this greenery. And then there's two of these flocked pieces. Look at that. These look flat because that's, you know, how they are shipped, but you bend these. We put these all in our Christmas tree in the kitchenette area of our studio. If you haven't seen the photos of that, you should go look at that. It turned out so pretty. But look at, you see how this bends, and you could just shape it. So I could put it in my Christmas tree right like that, like just stick it in the Christmas tree, and then you have that little bit of a bend that goes with it. So there's just two of those. There is one of these, and I love bushes like this because you get a mixture of long needle pine, short needle pine, cedar, you know, you got different pines. I don't know them all, Fraser, fir, whatever, right? Look at that, just all of that. So we've got a lot of, see how that just spreads out? Just a lot on that one bush, okay? And then there are two magnolias. And the reason I didn't take the time to shape these is because a lot of times people, they don't know how to shape these. They actually open them up too wide. I'm from the South, and I know what a magnolia looks like. And you were supposed to open it up just barely. The ones that are opened up really far are almost dead. In fact, they probably lose leaves. If you want to take the time to steam, you can steam some of these flowers, petals in place. I don't normally do that because I have little tricks of the trade to make things speed up in the form of glue tape. If you haven't seen that reel or TikTok, you should go see it. I show you how to use my magic tape. All right, see how that just opens up? And you're just barely opening it, just barely opening it. But oh, I love that. I got a lot of these individually for my garland around my door at home. And then you get one of these. So this is sort of a leafy spray, and it gives you the outline veining of the leaf instead of completely filling it in. So this to me is going to make a little bit of impact, but not as much impact as this one. So this magnolia leaf is velvet. It matches the magnolia, and it's got the glitter tipped. And this to me will just be beautiful enhancement to our poinsettias, and it's got a lot more visual weight. All right, so we talk about this all the time in our Wreath Making of the Month Club group about visual weight, actual weight, and then textured. So this to me is like a textured piece. This is more used like a floral, okay, because of the visual weight of it. And then look at this, you get the swag. You get a swag in here, so that's why we're going to be making a swag. I love, love, love this blue. And then you have your textured pieces. So if you're in the Wreath of the Month Club, you know all about focal flowers, filler flowers, you know all about greenery and the 3 types of greenery you want to use, and then also the textured pieces. So that's what these are. So these are little things that you can put in for additional texture. I absolutely love this one. This would be fun to do a lot in my Christmas tree as well. This one is more of an airy, right? So you've got more airy, and it's a silver. And then this, I've not seen this before, so it'll be interesting to see if we end up using this one. This has got little flowers with some silver in it. And then we have a silver bush that we could use. And then we've got 2 maidenhair ferns that are glittery picks. Now, if you're watching on TikTok, go to the link in my bio, and the first link that you see, it says Shop Greenery Market. It goes directly to all of their coordinated boxes and some of their swags. Just a little bit to annoy everybody in the house, right? When that door opens. Love it. And then there's 2 rolls of ribbon. You get a 2.5 inch and a 1.5 inch. And you guys, if y'all can't make a buttload of stuff using this box of coordinated items, then you're in the right place, because I'm going to show you how. All right, let me switch the camera angle over here so that you can see the easel. I'm going to go ahead and shift that over a little bit more. Okay, and then I need to find a place to put all this stuff. Let me get a little basket just to move everything off my table so that I can use my table. I'm just trying to figure out a little design in my head. Like, which we gonna do? Let me put that over there. And I'm gonna use my ribbon. Now, so the other thing to remember is that these coordinated boxes are not always meant to be everything like a complete wreath. Remember, we talked about that at the beginning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix in some of my own items in order to get it to the look that I want. All right. Do I even bother sweeping this up? It's just going to get dirty again, isn't it? Okay. I'm one of those clean as I go type of crafters. It just makes me feel more creative when I'm organized. All right, so here is the swag, and it is flat, okay? So you're gonna want to take the time to fluff it. So here's the back and here's the front. How do I know where's the back and the front? There is a little hook on it. And you're going to just notice, right? You're just going to be able to notice. This is the front. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe you just pick. This is definitely on the back side. Okay, so you want your hook to be on the back side, and you're going to take the time to just fluff each and every one of these pieces. Flocking makes me sneeze, so anybody else just start sneezing when you work with flock. Flocking is, the other thing to remember is flocking is a little messy to work with, but once it's made, it's pretty. Like when you put it on your door, it's nice. It's not gonna, it might shed just a little bit, but not like what it is when you're making it. It's like have you ever made decorated a flocked Christmas tree? It is messy, right? But then once it's done, it's pretty. We debated about getting a flock tree this year, but I said, no, let's just keep the same one we have, even though half the lights aren't working on it, and it irritates me that I have to go in and put some lights in the center in order to patch it up. It takes about 4 hours to maneuver it, but you know, it's a 9-foot tree, and it's a little on the, you know, we've had it for 4 years. To me, that feels old. Because, you know, if you keep your Christmas trees too long, you know how the needles start to break down? All right, and that's about where we're at with that one. But look, do you see how it just shapes up really nicely? Really pretty. All right, I'm going to put this over here on my easel. It has the hook already on it. I'll move it up this way. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make my bow. So remember I said I'm going to bring in some of my own ribbon. So I have this. I'm going to use what's in here, so I don't need that silver. And I wanted to look and see what we had. Now this wreath base, so when you're making your bow, I want to remember sort of the scale of it. And I'm going to decide if I want to use the 4-inch ribbon. Have you ever taken a long garland and folded it over to make a huge swag? No, I've not. I've not done that. I like my branches, you know, the spine of my wreath to be solid. So I've not done that. Is that fun for you to do? Welcome. All right, here is my large ribbon. I'm going to just see if I want to use this. I absolutely love this. It's so thick. Is there wire in it? Yes, there is. Very pretty. Ooh, yes. Okay, we're going to use that. And let me get my wires. Let me get my force wire ready. We're going to make a bow, y'all. I'm going to use a little bit of everything, because why not? It's the holidays. We're going to be extra. All right, I'm going to figure out how far I want my tail. So my tail is going to be roughly 10 inches, okay? And then we're going to pinch and pleat. Let me move my camera a little bit more so you can see my mat. I do my mat, I measure it out for you guys because you're trying to learn bow making. So I'm gonna do 12 inches, no, sorry, what did I say? I'm gonna do 10 inches for my tail. Is that what I said? I think it was. Okay, and now what I wanna do is measure out, let me see if 18 is good. Gonna put it up here and look. I do like that. Let me get my flowers. Hold on. I'm positioning. Okay. Let's do 7 inches. All right, if you're doing on a bow maker, it's 7 inches on your bow maker, right? You see me make bows with the bow maker. This one is on my mat, it's gonna be 14 inches. So I'm gonna take it to 14 inches, I'm gonna fold it behind me, and I'm gonna pinch and pleat it into my 2 fingers right here, okay? And then don't worry about this getting crumpled up because you can always fix it. This is so thick, it's like pillow covering. It's fabric. Then I'm going to twist. And I'm going to do another, what did I say, y'all? Did I do 7 inches? And then I'm going to take it and pinch and pleat. And then I'm going to twist. Goodness, this is thick, thick, thick. I'm just going to measure like that. And then I'm going to cut. Right, this one I'm going to roll up. So I'm going to give me a little more extra length so that I can roll the edges. But this is what we have. Looks like little bunny ears. And I'm going to switch it up now. I'm going to grab my other ribbon. Now this one's a little, it's still thick, but it's got a little bit more wire on it. And I'm going to pinch and pleat. And then I'm going to do 7 inches or 14 on the mat. Pinch and pleat. Twist. Take it away from me. Pinch and pleat. Just like that. Oh my gosh. I want to put this in a Christmas tree. How pretty is this blue and gray? I'm thinking I might use this for patriotic. A winter wreath idea. Okay, do you see how I've just created an X? All right, I'm going to put this over here. And I'm going to bring over, this was in the box that we got. I'm going to do the same thing. Pinch and pleat. Let's go ahead and bring it in a little bit more. Let's do 12 inches. 1. Twist. 2. Pinch and pleat. Now, if you have a hard time holding all this ribbon in your hands, you can use that easy bow maker that I like to use for teaching. All right, so all I'm going to do is mix this color up. So I want to move this over here. Okay, we've got this one right here. We have our streamers. I'm going to go ahead and move this streamer over on this side. All right, so we've got two loops. You see that? All right, I'm going to go ahead and switch my ribbons. We're going to do this blue. So this is, ooh, it looks glittery, but it's not. That's fun. All right, let's do, I'm going to see if I want to just do one loop of this. Yeah, let's just do one loop. Okay, this is what we have, one loop. That'll be like the center. Get your florist wire. You can use a zip tie here if you wanted to. I'm going to turn it over like I'm checking my watch, and then I'm going to lift up my pointer finger, and then I'm going to roll this around. Now, if you didn't want to buy extra ribbon and you wanted to make this box, and you don't have any extra ribbon on hand, you can definitely make the bow only using the ribbon that's in the box. And you're just going to make more. Like I would do 3 loops of each, 3 loops of each of the ribbon in the coordinated box, if you didn't want to get more ribbon or do extra stuff. All right, I'm gonna move this streamer on this side. All I'm doing is mixing up my streamers and making sure the streamers are to the back and the loops are to the front. So here is the bow. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add this to my base, okay? This is called a teardrop base. And I like working with teardrops because they already have a shape to them. So when we teach in the Wreath of the Month Club, we teach a lot about form, which is the word that we use in the florist industry for shape. And all we have right now is we've got our shape established. All right, I might have come down too far, so let me just check it out. Y'all are seeing me make it live with no practice. I feel like I could come up a little bit more. So when you mess up, you just fix it. It is not that hard, y'all. I'm just gonna move it up. I think I came down about 5 inches from the top. And I'm trying to get this centered into the wreath frame. And if you don't, you know, you can shift things back, and like I can move it this way and that way. So just get it on there and get it tied. All right, and now I'm gonna go fluff everything that I just mashed. All right, this is where we're at. Okay. And then I'm going to, the box came with these 2 ribbons right here. So you can make the bow just out of these 2 ribbons. Ooh, goodness. Hey, Randy. Hey, Sally. All right. So from here, I do have to stand in front a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to use these needles in order to hold loops in place. And let's do this streamer over on this side. We have a loop. Let's put this streamer up here. That one ribbon is very thick. Okay, we're gonna put this one up here. All I'm doing is just alternating, like I want some blue here and some blue here and then some blue here and then some blue here. So I'm just mixing everything up. Don't let it get the better of you. Just keep at it. Show it who's boss. Okay. And now I'm going to pull it a little tighter in the back. Get your scissors out and cut wherever you think is too long. Let's do 1, 2. Okay, and now I'm going to come over here. I'm folding it in just to see that other gray side. I'm going to go ahead and dovetail this one. We're going to dovetail this one. So when I dovetail, it's usually the ones that I know are not going to unravel. We're going to do this up here. And then let's do our big ones. Okay, and then I'm going to just roll this. This is what we have so far. Fix all of the shape. It's starting to come together. Okay, so from here, what I want to do is let's start adding these flowers. All right, we've got a space here that I can add one flower. Trying to decide, do I want to just come down the side, down? Like that? Ooh, I like that. You like that? That's pretty. All right, I'm liking that. So let's do that. So we're gonna trim our stems. And then I'm gonna bend it. I'm gonna bend it just a little bit. Just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to dip it in my glue. Don't worry about it if it gets mashed. You always can go back and fix it. All right, so we've got flower number 1. These are magnolias. You can use hydrangeas, you can use poinsettias, but notice the size of our flowers. In our Wreath of the Month Club group, I always talk about scale. All right, so these measure about 6 inches. Sometimes when you get the poinsettias, they're really huge and they don't match the scale of the design. So you're trying to make sure that it matches the scale of the design. Now I'm going to come down this way with this one. Bend it a little. And then dip my glue. Okay. There you go. We've got 2 of our focal flowers added. Now the next thing I'm going to do is add, I want a little more ribbon down here. I don't think I want, do I want this big piece? Or do I want to just keep it small? That's so pretty. I just love this ribbon. Let's just do another little bow. I'm not sure if I'm going to add all of this ribbon. Let's do a little 5-inch loop. All right, I'm going to grab another one. Let's do this one. We're going to do another 10 inches on the mat, which makes a 5-inch loop. Pinch and pleat. Okay. And now we're going to do another one. The structure, Marla, is called a teardrop swag. A teardrop swag base. They come in all different colors. Who took our holiday swag making masterclass, where we give you all of the recipes and stuff? They come in all different shapes, lengths, and colors. I mean, I've got them in pink, green, obviously for Christmas, but you know, we all know that green is for year round. If you don't know yet, you've been told and warned to stock up on your green bases. All right, and now what I'm going to do is add another a 1.5 inch. So there's no right or wrong way to make a bow. So you literally saw me make 1 loops, just using 1 loops. I think I'm going to do this one a little on the longer side. This is going to be sort of a streamer tail. And then twist and cut. I'm just going to move this over. All right, now grab your wire. Lift up your pointer finger. Hold on, I was about to lose the whole thing. There we go. And secure. Hopefully this isn't going to be too big. So the scale, how do you know what the scale is? So you're looking at the overall shape that you want for the wreath. And you need spacing. So if it's spaced too close together and that, you know, you have to crowd everything in, then it's, you might want to look at your size, which is your scale of your design, your elements that you're using. All right, we're putting this one on the bottom. And what we have done here is created a line for our eye to flow through the design. I'm just gonna push this over that way. Oh no, I messed up my, oh no I didn't, this is my loop. For a minute I thought that was my loop. It's not, it's my streamer. Okay, we have a loop here, bow. Let's trim our little streamers. And I'm gonna go ahead and trim this. Remember I said this is going to be my long piece. It's going to take my eye all the way down. And then I'm going to move this blue over here so we have balance. And I need this one. Okay. Isn't that fun? So we've got some pretty florals and ribbon added. All right, now I'm going to go through and look at the flowers that we have and the greenery that we have. We're going to add a little bit of greenery. So I'm going to do some of this green flock that was in the coordinated box that is linked. If you're watching on TikTok, we've got it linked in our bio, and if you're watching on YouTube, it's linked below, and if you're watching on Facebook, it is linked below. Okay, I'm going to look at what we have here. So I'm just going to go through and start adding some of these flocked pieces. I'm just going to dip it in my glue. Make sure to give it a little bit of a shape, make it look real. Working back and forth. It is rich looking colors. Would this, y'all, would this work for Hanukkah? I don't know. Let me move this. Who's going to do this? Who's going to try this? I hope I am inspiring you to just try something new and different. You're going to catch the bug if you've never made a wreath before, right? Had my mom, so we're having an event here tomorrow in the warehouse. Our neighborhood is coming, neighborhood ladies are coming to get together to make wreaths and socialize and have fun. And I was talking to my mom about this. I was like, did you ever think that those little trips to Michael's that you and I did would like turn into this crazy business idea? And she was like, no. And if you are the ones, you know what I'm talking about, like you would go to Hobby Lobby or Michael's and you just peruse the flowers. You just come back and you decide to make your own arrangements because you're like, I can make that for cheaper. You know what I mean? We all think that, right? That's how we all get started. We all know that we can do it for cheaper. I mean, we would make arrangements out of Easter baskets, wreaths. We would always, even when my kids were young, I'd be at her house and we'd be together just making wreaths, making Christmas wreaths for our doors. All right, I have one here. I'm going to drop it down to add one below. Okay. I'm going to keep adding. That one little greenery went a long way, didn't it? That's why I like these coordinated boxes. I'm going to do one under here. And then I have some little pieces. I'm just going to fill in. You get a lot in these little boxes. Okay. I like that. I still have one more. I don't think I'm going to add yet. I might save it and add it later. I've got two more actually. Two more pieces I can save for later. All right, now I think I'm going to add this one. Let's see, do I want this one or do I want this one? Ooh, I like that. Just going to divide these in two because we don't need them so long. Ooh, Connie's going to make, yay! I'm just dipping mine in glue. The wire cutters, if you're on TikTok, if you click my Amazon shop in the link in my bio, I have them linked there. Okay. We're going to just do one little piece on the very end down here. Okay, so we've got some of that blue coming through. I'm going to take some of these and just divide it up, and we'll put those going through the center part. All right, let's come over here. That might be too long. Okay, that looks good. I might cut that back a little bit more because it's coming outside of my line of my design, my base, right? This is our wreath base that's already got the line established for us, or the form established on the sides. So I'm just going to try to keep within that for the most part. All right, so we've added some, what are those things called? Mistletoe. You think we wish there were fairies that would come along and after creating and clean up. So that would be called an employee. So you keep doing this, scaling your business, and then you can hire an employee to do that. And that's what I was able to do. But I remember having to clean up. Oh my gosh. It is a mess. Get a shop vac. That's a friend. That is what everybody should have on their Christmas wish list, is a shop vac for their workroom. Now this was something I think that most people wouldn't want to purchase because it doesn't look, you know, fresh, right? It almost looks a little frozen to dead, frozen dead. But what this will do, if you trust the process, you need color that is going to be a little darker. And what that will do is it will bring your eye in. So the dark color brings your eye in, and the white color or the lighter color brings your eye out. That's just color theory right there, okay? So knowing that, that's how the world works. If we do that in our designs, then we're going to have that color depth, and it is going to bring my eye in and out, and it elevates your design to more professional look. I think I'm going to go over here with this one. Okay. And then I don't know if I want one here. Let's see. Sure, why not? Okay. So we've got a little action up there with our green. And then with these other little pieces, we can just make them a little shorter and fill in. Just put a little glue on the edge. And what this is going to do is bring that green, well, gray green, I should say, down into the design. I think I'm going to do some over on that side. Did this fall? It felt like something was up there falling. I just saw it out of the corner of my eye. Okay. All right. Can you notice the difference now? When we first had that base and we've added that extra greenery of the different shades of the blue green and the gray green, right? That color is your eyes sort of going in and out, just adding all that extra texture. No hablo español. Okay, now I'm going to move and get some more. I'm trying to decide, do I want to add any more? Maybe one of these. Again, you're not supposed to use everything in this box because there's so much. So I can make 2 wreaths because we've got enough ribbon to make another bow. And then we could do like a crescent spray on the side of a grapevine wreath. Or you could put things together and make a lantern topper. So there's so much on here or in this box. And if you are selling on Etsy and you are not making coordinated pieces, oh goodness, you're missing an opportunity because customers love, even in your craft shows, your craft show booths, customers love to be able to coordinate pieces together. And, you know, they want something over here, and then they want something over there, and then they want something over there, and it all coordinate together. So it brings this cohesiveness to their home. And that's why these coordinated boxes, to me, are so beneficial. Because you can get so many, you could get at least a minimum of 3 designs
I found this on the web.
From that one purchase, that one box. We had our coach Lorianne in our Wreath of the Month Club group. She did a box, and hers was, oh goodness, I'm trying to remember now. What was that? We did so many things in the Wreath of the Month Club. It's hard to keep on track. Was it a cardinal design? I'm trying to remember. See how I'm just filling it in? And we've cut these shorter, so I always choose to wear black when we do flocking. I like the challenge. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, I'm going to go under this one. So we're going to do a little bit of separation of those 2 flowers. Or was it a Santa? Oh, you're right, it was a Santa. Thank you, it was a Santa. It was the black, it had a little black in it, which was really neat. If you haven't used black for Christmas, that really does put off a very whimsical look. You see how I'm just cutting these shorter? And I've only used that one. I'm not going to use any more of this one specific style. I feel like we have a little bit of a hole right here. And a lot of times after our video is over, I'll find holes because, you know, I'm looking on one side And then I put it up on the door and I'm like, oh goodness. I didn't even see that hole. And I'm going to come over here on this side now. And fill in. So the beauty of this wreath base, you can keep a lot of it showing. You don't have to cover it up. You know, I like this because you can do you. Like you put as much in as you want, right? It's all about layering. So at any point you can decide, okay, that's too much layering for me, and then just stop. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to add. I do have some little pieces that I might like throw in. Oh, we could put one in the bow down there at the bottom. This one I'm just going to glue to the ribbon because it's lightweight. Isn't that pretty? Okay, now we got a lot of green going on, and we got a lot of white going on, and we've got a lot of silver going on. Our main focus is our blue. So let's switch now to pulling out some blue pieces and decide, oh my gosh, I think I'm going to go with this, but really you can't, we'll just do it all. We're just going to do it all. And you know I want to put all of it in my swag. I am having to find some control here. I am definitely trying to control myself. Because I was looking over at that jingle bells and I'm like, I didn't put the jingle bells in. That could be on my wreath, right? That could be on my grapevine wreath that I add with all this stuff. Right, we've got, so we have now some of that royal blue velvet up here, and then we've got royal blue velvet. We need some royal blue velvet. So I'm going to do one little leaf on the bottom because we don't need a big piece. We just need something that's going to match and bring my eye down. Okay, there's a little there. And I think I might do one on the other side. The other thing the reason I like about this coordinated box is it gives me options. Sometimes when you get a kit, you know, you're kind of limited if it's a full-on wreath kit. And you're wishing you had just another little piece of greenery. And this one, to me, it just gives me options. Okay, now we've got blue, blue, and blue. I'm going to go through and I think just put these in somewhere. Let me see, I've only got 2 more. Definitely feels like we need some over here. Maybe we move that up here. Okay, I'm going to divide this. Oh yeah, the leaf just added, says Kathy. She's like, I see it now. I see it. It is coming together, my vision. And then we're going to put this. So we took that one leaf spray. Do you see how we divided it? Oh, we've got one more. Where are we going with you? Every magnolia needs a leaf. So maybe we'll put this one here. Don't worry about the flocking getting on the velvet. We can always come back over that with either a piece of tape or a lint brush. Okay, let me just sweep some of this into the floor. I mean, not the floor, the trash. All right, I have this. So we're going to pepper in some of this. This is going to be a little bit more airy. It's not going to be so much visual weight like our magnolia leaves. Hey, you guys, make sure if you are watching live or on the replay to give us a follow. If you like all things silk flowers, holiday decorating, make sure to give us a follow. Okay. Now, between where I've added my blue leaves, I'm going to fill in between with our little less blue. Less visual weight blue. Okay. Let's see if that stays. If it doesn't, we'll have to re-glue. I'm going to come over here on this side. You see how that's sort of connecting everything together? These blues. All right, I'm going to come over. I've got that one up there. Let's come over here. All right, I'm going to come over on this side now and see where we can add some blue. You don't want to put it on the same line. You want to put it on a different plane so that your eye flows throughout. So if I were to put it right even, so here's our other piece. If I were to put it right here, it would look like little arms. Instead, we want our eye to go from here, there, 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 right? So now I know where to put my next piece. I'm going to make it a little smaller. When you think it looks amazing and it just keeps getting better, right? This is what I'm talking about. Again, you could stop at any point, but why would you want to? Okay, I like that. I do have a little piece of blue, 2 little leaves. I'll just put that right here. Okay. Now, do we want to add any silver? Because we've got silver in the ribbon. We've got a little silver in our wreath base that you still see through it. And this is what I have for silver. The bells would be too much. So I'm not adding the bells. They would be way too much for this. But this has got silver and it's a little on the airy side. And then this has got silver. I'm actually liking this. It plays off of my blue silvery ribbon. So I'm going to add a little bit of this in here. We're going to just divide. We don't need it so long. Let's see where we're going. Hold on, I'm just going to give it a look-see real quick. Okay, and then maybe we do one long up here at the top. Okay, so we've got one that's a little longer. This is going to be a little shorter. Now this would have been pretty because it's airy, but when you put this on, it actually gives a more, it's wider, so it's more of a visual weight than one of these. So that's how I decide which one of these to use. So you could see that this one is a lot more visual weight. We've got a lot going on. Just need a little bit of silver, not a big, a big stem of it. So that's how I decide on which pieces to add. You save your other things in your box for another design. I think I'm going to put this over on this side. Okay. Now we've got one here, so I'm going to come over here and add. So remember, the box is totaled, but you want to take the price per item. So then when you are trying to create a price tag for this to list in your online shop, you're going to price the per item that you've added. Hold on, that's not going to be in there. So knowing that everything is roughly $7.20 each, you just keep your little tags and you'll know how much you're putting in at the end. Okay, I'm going to do a little more silver down here, I think. Let's do one here on the very bottom. And maybe right there. Love it. Isn't that pretty? Now from here, what you could do is add more ribbon if you want. So this is, look, everything that I still have left in this one coordinated box. Oh, that would have been pretty in it. So I have enough items to create a whole nother wreath using white and silver, and then my two ribbons. with greenery and everything. Like, that's a lot of stuff in this one box. So if you're going to add any additional ribbon, I would just, decide which one do you want to add. You don't have to add any more if you don't want to, but I feel like maybe we need a little more blue over here on this side. So what I could do is get my ribbon and then just create these little ribbon streamers, just like this. Let's see, I'm going to put this one right here. Let that dry before you start curling it. Let's see, is that going to be long enough? All right, I feel like it needs something right about here. I'm just going to let that dry, and then I'll start curling. And then when it's dried, use your fingers just to give it a little bit of a curl. It's the finishing touches that just take it a little bit further up. I'm going to go ahead and re-glue that. What are y'all thinking? What questions y'all have? Again, this was from Greenery Market. I want to thank Greenery Market for just providing some amazing quality items for me and y'all, so that when we make our designs, they look very professional. I've got it linked here if you're interested in this coordinated box, but they also have other colors. I got one that was red and green. They have one that was like red, green, and black. Again, so much stuff in it, and it just makes the checkout a lot faster. So if you're overwhelmed, or you get overwhelmed easy with all of the shopping that could be done on a website, this is, to me, just makes it so much easier and faster. This will be available for sale in our Etsy shop. You might want to give me a couple of days to put it there, or just direct message me. You guys, thanks so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Again, give us a follow, and if you liked this, make sure to share it and comment. Let me know if you're interested in learning a little bit more about wreath making. We've got detailed training and tutorials. In fact, our Black Friday sale is going to happen next week. We are going to have all of our, not all of them, but we've pulled out some of our most favorite videos from our Wreath of the Month Club group, and we've bundled them together. And they're going to be in $10 bundles. So they're going to be significantly discounted. So if you're interested in learning how to make arrangements, whether it be spring or holiday, or if you're interested in learning about how to make more swags or matching, centerpieces with a wreath or a garland or even Christmas trees, we have them all bundled. Make sure to be on our mailing list. We're going to email everybody when that happens starting on Monday. But this will be we've never done this before to this capacity, where we're pulling items out of our Wreath of the Month Club vault. And even our Wreath of the Month Club members are going to love this, because they're going to be able to save these videos where now they can't access the videos unless they're a paying member. So once they quit their membership, you know, all of the items stay in the portal. They can't access them. These tutorials they'll be able to save literally forever and ever, and be able to refer back to them as often as they need to. But they're holiday swags, Christmas trees, we've got garlands, there are wreaths and swags and arrangements. It's just kind of like a mixture of winter and holiday and spring, and tried to mix it all up. But that's going to start next week, so make sure you're on our mailing list. Direct message me if you're interested in, we'll show you how to do that. But I will see y'all next time, okay? Have a wonderful rest of your day, and thanks for following along. Bye.